We are backstage in Australia. UFC 234 has just wrapped up. The show has ended. It was a little bit of a stressful day, I would say, for you.
It was a weird day. It was definitely a weird day, but things happen. But everybody came out and performed tonight. It was an awesome show, and I'm happy.
Before we get into the actual fights, I know that earlier you spoke with Robert Whittaker's wife. You were at the hospital while he was in recovery from his surgery. Is there any sort of update on just how he's doing or how the surgery went?
The surgery went well. I haven't heard yet how long it's going to be before he comes back, but he's taken care of and healing up and doing his thing, so we'll get him back as soon as we can.
Kelvin Gastelum was walking around the arena with a UFC belt, saying that if this was wrestling and his opponent didn't show up after making weight, he would win by forfeit. Did you talk to Kelvin after? I know that you guys did have a conversation earlier today, but had you talked to him after he was holding the belt, kind of doing media?
No. This isn't wrestling. That's not how it works. And he borrowed Cejudo's belt. That's whose belt he was using. So it was cute, but no, he doesn't have the belt.
All right, we didn't see Kelvin Gastelum compete today because of Robert's illness. However, Israel Adesanya and Anderson Silva stepped up and became the main event. What did you think of that 3-round fight?
It was awesome. It was like a kung fu movie. The energy in the place was insane. I want to thank Australia for all the support. The place was packed. We lost the main event with an Australian champion, and the place was packed. There was not one open seat, and this country's awesome, and thank you very much, Australia. I appreciate it. And the main event delivered. It was great. Anderson Silva, the fight, the way the fight went down. When the fight ended, they both kneeled in front of him. I mean, you couldn't have a cooler fight than the main event.
We just interviewed Israel, and although he was happy, he didn't look like somebody who just won a huge fight against Anderson Silva. True competitor. He's a guy that wants to be champion.
Yeah, I think he expected more out of himself, and you make Anderson Silva a 7-1 underdog. That's ridiculous. He's one of the greatest of all time. He's a crafty veteran who's always taking care of himself. He's in good shape, and the dude can fight. Mm-hmm. So nothing to be ashamed about.
What do you think about Israel's future? I know the waters are a little bit murky there at 185 because of Robert's illness, and there seems like now there's a lot of people who can challenge for the belt.
Yeah, they're not murky at all. As soon as he gets better, we'll get this thing rolling.
With Kelvin?
Yeah, well, I don't know. We'll see how this thing plays out.
So a little murky.
It's not murky at all. It's very crystal clear.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, but we just don't know who's going to challenge. Anyway, moving on. How did you feel about the rest of the card tonight? Like you said, the crowd was into it. There were some beautiful finishes, and it seemed like some real talent emerged on this card.
Yeah, it was a great show. And, Crute looked good. I didn't agree with the stoppage, but Crute looked good. That's not Crute's fault. But good show, yeah.
We move on
to Rosa looked good. I mean, I could go on and on.
Yeah. We move on to Phoenix next week. It's the first big ESPN card. What are your expectations, really, for kicking off that partnership in such a big way with Francis versus King?
Right, yeah. I mean, the main event is two of the best heavyweights in the world. I'm excited for that show, too. I'll be flying there next weekend. So, I plan on putting on an incredible show on ESPN for our first big one. And hopefully the main event delivers like this one did.
Yeah, excellent. Well, we appreciate your time. We're all getting those frequent flyer miles in these next couple of weeks. We will see you in Phoenix.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks.
Thank you.